I bought this plant almost 6 months ago from a nursery. At that time, it looked healthy, fresh, and full of potential. But after bringing it home, something strange happened. It didn't grow, no new leaf, and no improvement at all. And today I will show you the exact reason why and how I am fixing this plant by giving this a brand new home. This is Nataraja and welcome back to Nata's Gardening. When I purchased this plant, it was planted only in Cocopeat. Cocopeat is great for nurseries and transportation, but not for the longer growth. Over a time, Cocopeat holds too much of moisture, lacks nutrients, and suffocates the root. That's exactly why this plant stopped growing. Why repotting is important? Plants don't speak, but they always show signs. Slow growth, tired leaves, and no new shoots are all signs that the root need better soil. So, instead of watering longer, I decided to repot this plant and give it the environment it truly needed. Things I am using for today's repotting. I am using a slightly bigger pot with drainage holes and a well draining soil and a clean hands. That's it. I am gently loosening the pot from the sides and carefully taking the plant out. Never pull the stem, always support the base. This step decides how well your plant recovers after repotting. As you can see, most of the root ball is still Cocopeat. The roots are alive, but they are not able to grow freely. This confirms why the plant stopped growing. So now, it's time to change the soil completely. This is the most important step in the entire repotting process, so never rush this part. Right now, you can clearly see that most of the root ball is still Cocopeat. While Cocopeat looks light and fluffy, over a time it becomes compact and holds too much moisture. Because of this, the roots don't get enough oxygen and growth slowly comes to a stop. If you ever notice black, mushy or foul smelling roots, that's a sign of rot and they should be removed. But healthy roots should always feel strong and look light in color. Once the roots are slightly opened and free from the excess Cocopeat, the plant is finally ready for fresh, nutrient-rich soil. I started by adding a base layer of soil in the new pot. This helps position the plant at the correct height and improves the drainage from day one. Now that the roots are free and healthy, it's time to plant this into its new home. I have already added a base layer of soil to the pot so that plant sits at the right height. The crown of the plant should always stay above the soil, never bury it too deep. Now I slowly start filling the sides with fresh potting mix. This mix is well draining, hairy and nutrient rich. Exactly what this plant needs for long term growth. If you are wondering how I prepared this soil mix, I have already shared a detailed potting mix video on my channel. You can check that out after this video. As I fill the soil, I gently press it down with my fingers, not too tight, just enough to support the plant. Over compacting the soil can block airflow and roots need oxygen to stay healthy. I also lightly tap the pot to help the soil settle naturally. This avoids air gaps without stressing the roots. Once the soil is filled and the plant feels stable, the repotting is almost complete. From here, everything depends on proper aftercare. Once the plant is settled, I water it thoroughly. It helps the soil settle naturally and removes any air pockets around the roots. After repotting, I will keep this plant in bright indirect light, no fertilizer for at least 2 weeks. This rest period helps the roots adjust and grow more stronger. Sometimes plants don't need more care, they just need the right care. If this video helped you, like and subscribe to Nata's Gardening. And don't forget to comment below if you have ever faced this cocopeat problem. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.